What it do, everybody? It's your boy, King Crowder, back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught in Detail for Sure. Today's lesson, we're going to be focused on my childhood icon, who I had no idea invented the machine that changed the life of men in this country. If you were a young man born, raised in the 90s or the 2000s, you understood how iconic the Super Soaker was. Now, I want to highlight the inventor who never got his just due and who had to fight tooth and nail to get properly compensated for the greatest invention in the past 20 years. I am talking about the great Lonnie George Johnson, Alabama's very own, by the way. Doctor, icon, inventor Lonnie Walker was born October 6, 1949 in Mobile, Alabama. He was a very curious and innovative child. He reversed multiple engineers, his sister's dolls, being raised in the black community. Most people have no idea that as a teenager, he had his own manufacturing carton business, as well as working with his family. Johnson attended all segregated school systems in Mobile. He went to all black schools because you remember legal segregation was still going around in this town. He was nicknamed by his crew as the professor because his high intellect and how naturally smart his brother was. He was a first-time engineer who went to a University of Alabama event at Tuscaloosa. He was the only black student to enter this event, and he won at his first ever gas-powered robot. Lonnie Walker was an inventor and icon among us. In 1973, he graduated from the great Tuskegee with a Bachelor's in Science and receiving his Master's from the state prestigious university in 1975 in nuclear engineering. Post-graduating from his college days, he began to work at the Oak Ridge National Laboratory. When he decided to move to Oak Ridge National Laboratory for the United States Air Force, he joined the NASA division, so he had to reload to California. He finally left his home state of Alabama. As he began to move, Johnson was naturally innovative, y'all. So he was in the military from 1982 until 1987. As he worked in the Air Force, he still worked on side projects because he was really good with working with his hands. What most people don't understand is that the great toy that he invented was something he had envisioned as a child. He invented and created by experimenting with the Super Soaker. He made a toy that could have water in it, appear like a gun that could still shoot each other. It took a long time to pitch this idea because most people thought he was crazy. Lonnie Walker pitched this company many times on how great and innovative the Super Soaker invention was. He took him almost 3 years to get anybody to want to accept this patent. So while he was working on a Mars excavation trip with NASA, working on studying the planets and different solar systems, when he found someone to finally license his agreement because he's patented his product, the first company he went with was called Lermont, now known as Hasbro. They are formerly engineering firm, and Johnson was going in as R&D, research and development. The Super Soaker became a massive success in the 90s, breaking records in the 90s, 91, and 92 as the greatest American sold toy. We must understand that these sales reached almost $1 billion, and he holds all of the primary patents. His companies developed all type of engineering, made it a better battery, made it more useful, and he should have been, and rightfully so, going into the Alabama Hall of Fame. The negative aspect of all of this happening with all the success, they tried to cut Mr. Lonnie Walker out of it. He was not properly paid. He was not properly compensated, even though he had all the proper ideas and function and how the idea worked. The company made that much money off Lonnie Walker's ideas and tried to cut him off of it. After a long, grueling legal battle, he finally got his just due. But we must understand this black American never got the credit that he once did, man. Lonnie Walker was an innovator, a Pulitzer Prize winner, robot aficionado, and lifelong inventor who made sure that things, especially for children, especially in my childhood, y'all, were for us. We never knew about this guy. Well, why wasn't it called the Lonnie Super Soaker? Even though this idea is iconic and still being pitched and sold to this day. It took almost a long time for Lonnie to receive his just due. He made this idea by accident, y'all. He was such a phenomenal guy that he changed the toy industry, not even by trying so. Thankfully, Lonnie Walker has settled and gotten properly paid. I wouldn't say properly because he ain't got all his billions, but he received something, and his family will have generational wealth off his idea. This is a shout out to a great inventor, y'all, in most recent times, the great Lonnie Johnson. These are the iconic series of Black Americans who have changed stuff in this country that we do not give enough credit to. It's your boy, King Crowder. Check it out again, y'all. Wanted to come back with another lesson on a great icon among us, the great Lonnie Johnson, Alabama's very own. If you are not a subscriber to the channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I hope you learned something today. I hope this information is interesting to you. Now, share this information and give it to someone else. It's your boy checking out. Peace.